got today? What we got?
We got a lot.
What do we have?
We got a lot.
Yeah.
We got a lot. I was thinking about this. Warriors related. And by the way, the morning show did a great job with must-see guy. They forgot Dalton Knecht. Nechty.
You're the only dude in the country on
Let me
him.
say it right. It's Dalton Connect. He's must-watch for me right now. Along with Nembhard, and Ike and Gonzaga.
Steph Curry for me still.
Yeah, no doubt.
And LeBron James. What he's doing is incredible.
Speaking of LeBron James.
That's a big win.
He's one of the guys that I was thinking about today when I walked in and the boss brought me into the office for something unrelated. And then we just got to talking. And
this is happening a lot.
Yeah, well, especially when you get here at 9:30. So here's what I was thinking. When we talk about the Warriors, can they make a run? Some people think they can. Some people think they can't. Are they a title contender? I don't really think they are, but some people do. But I was thinking where we're at with the Warriors right now is such an interesting spot. And the thing that really hit me today was Joe Lacob picked up the phone before the trading deadline and called the Lakers about LeBron James.
That happened.
Okay. So if the Warriors get into the play-in, maybe win a play-in but lose in the first round, how do the Warriors get back into title contention? And I think they're going to have a really interesting decision to make in the offseason, and it's going to be regarding Jonathan Kuminga.
Where are you going?
Where I'm going is Jonathan Kuminga in his third year has taken that leap. Let's not get bogged into what he could be. Let's say he's a star. He's going to be a star.
Yep.
See it.
Okay, he's going to be a star.
Phenomenal.
And other teams know he's going to be a star. The problem the Warriors have is he might not be a star fast enough for Steph Curry. That's just a fact. He's 21 now. He's going to be twice as good at 24, 25. Yeah. But Steph's going to be 40 at that point.
Gotcha.
Whether we like it or not, the Warriors, I believe, are going to have to make a decision about, do we re-sign Jonathan Kuminga at 30? Do we give him more money than we gave Jordan Poole and hope he gets better and we can reclimb this ladder? Or do we try to go out and get a player who's ready-made right now as a star, but we know we're going to have to give up Kuminga and some other things? I don't think the Warriors, barring them making a championship run, which I don't think they're going to make, that's the decision I think they're going to have in the offseason, right? It has to be. Because if you finish the year at 45 and 37, you get beat in the first round, okay, are you really going to re-sign Kuminga, bring Clay back at a friendly number, and try it again next year? Or is that what we're looking at? Because that might not be good enough. Now, if your goal, Goo, is, you know what, it's less about that than we want the big three to, you know what, they've given us 4 titles. I just want them to see the big three retire together. That's fair. But then that's incongruous. That flies in the face of, we got to do everything to give Steph Curry another crack at a title. Like, that doesn't necessarily jibe with, well, let's bring Clay back and let's re-sign Moody. And I just think if you look at the Warriors in the long term, I don't know, and I don't know what the answer is. No, but I think that's got to be the question, Goo, right?
There's no doubt.
They're going to have to ask themselves this offseason.
Man, Steiny, it's why I love working with you. Listen, this may be uncomfortable. People may be like, why are you going here? It's real and it's reality. And sometimes, Steiny, the truth hurts. So when I heard the Kawakami podcast with Joe Lacob and he said, these words came out of his mouth, Steiny, we're going to swing big. And to me, that isn't if we don't make the play-in or playoffs, because you're going to make the play-in regardless of what happens. But now, as much as I'm not giving up on this year, I'm no fool. And Steiny, I can remember Andre Iguodala and Steph Curry on the same podcast, and they were talking about how just alluding to the fact that it was crazy that management thought that James Wiseman and a younger Kuminga and Moody could actually gel with what they had going to try to get another chip. Well, guess what? That worked, and you didn't get big contributions from Kuminga and Wiseman, but when Joe Lacob, the great Joe Lacob, picked up that phone to call Jeannie Buss, it jarred me. And it jarred me to let me know, Steiny, I know the Warriors now are kind of fighting back on this term that I think you created, the 2 timeline. But now there is really a 2 timeline thing, and it's with Jonathan Kuminga being a superstar and Steph Curry trying to get another chip. And the reality is, the more we watch this current state of Golden State Warrior basketball, if you're going to do something big, let's just say Jeannie Buss was like, okay, what you talking for LeBron? Steiny, there's nothing on this roster not named Jonathan Kuminga that wouldn't net you. Like, he is a must. It may not happen, but when you asked me when I walked in, Goo, how do they get back into real title contention? Steiny, the reality is, and Warrior fans may not want to hear this, Jonathan Kuminga has to be a part of anything for you to go get a LeBron James, a PG-13 if you think it's worth it. But there's no scenario with what the Warriors have at their disposal to where Jonathan Kuminga and his super bright future just doesn't align. Now, if they go shock the world and Kuminga is 25-10 in this playoff or play-in scenario, then all bets are off. But Steiny, I've geared myself up to say that Kuminga getting moved for an established star that's out there, I don't know his name or names, it's a reality.
I got some.
Okay, it's a reality.
I got some names.
Because you owe Steph Curry. Steiny, if you lose this season, I will not come in here and say Steph Curry was the reason. Now, he could have a subpar. He is the standard. He is why you're in the top 10.
That's some.
No, I'm just keeping it real.
You don't even know how he's going to play, and you're not going to blame him.
No, my point is going in, he needs some help. And when I say some big-time all-star help.
That's a fact.
All right.
That's a fact.
So when you bring that up, I wanted to say, why you talking? But it's reality. And Lacob called Jeannie Buss. He called during this season. Why do you think he called?
The Lakers stink.
Because Joe Lacob knows that if
and I don't want LeBron, yeah.
Joe Lacob knows that if the Warriors are to compete probably in the next year or two, when Steph still's got a lot in the tank, it's going to take a big move.
No doubt.
All right, so one of the things that happens in the NBA all the time is situations change with players. They change. Guys who are on a team this year, they'll struggle, they'll get eliminated, and somebody will want to leave, or that team will have to make a move because they think they're stuck. So, look, if you get, I got a list of about 15 to 20 guys in the league that maybe something could happen and they would become available. All right, but I'm telling you right now, all of them are going to cost you at least Jonathan Kuminga and probably Andrew Wiggins. Right. Maybe Draymond Green, but probably a couple picks too. So my question to Warrior fans is, not now. Trading deadline's over. But if this trends continue and they're a 10th seed, they're back in 10th, by the way. The Lakers won last night. Warriors are back in 10th. They'd have to win 2 road play-in games to even make the playoffs. So here's one. Cleveland Cavaliers are having a great year. They're 3rd right now. Will they get knocked off in the first round? Would you move Kuminga for a guy like Donovan Mitchell?
Now, here I go. You're asking me.
Yeah, this
Steiny, I like Donovan Mitchell, but I wouldn't. I just don't think how do I say it, Steiny? I don't think I'm looking more for a guy with size when we talk about centimeters. Like, he doesn't fit I don't think he's worth Jonathan Kuminga's future.
Mitchell's 27. He's been in the league a good 6 years.
He'll need the ball all the time. Just the way
averaging
that
28 a game.
Yeah, no doubt.
You wouldn't want to put him next to Curry?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
Now, how about you?
That's one where I would need to know what more they need other than Kuminga. But I might do Kuminga for Mitchell. Wiggins, I don't know Wiggins, Kuminga, a couple picks for Donovan Mitchell. I don't like the couple picks, but nobody cares about the picks if they're in 2028.
Because I'm looking for some size, Steiny. Something that's 6'7", 6'8".
So the next guy that I'm going to name is somebody that it sounds to me like if he became available, you would trade every single player on the roster for, or any combination for, and some picks for a guy like Joel Embiid.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay,
yeah.
So you would be willing to move Kuminga. You would have to move Draymond, let's say.
I love you, Dre.
You'd still do it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Draymond and Kuminga.
Oh, my gosh.
And then what about 2 first-round picks and...
What else you want? The sign out in front of Chase Center or the
You'd have to
LED?
give up more than 2.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Okay, you'd have to give up 3. Let's say you'd have to give up 3.
2.
Okay, you're doing that.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, so you'd be left with, maybe they'd want Clay. Maybe you got to re-sign Clay and then trade him. But you'd be and that's the one thing I was telling Nahegan. I was like, a lot of these trades, if you want a guy like Embiid, you're basically going to be left with Steph, Embiid, and some leftovers, and you're going to have to fill out the whole team. But you'd be ready to do that.
No doubt. And let me just add this. Right now, the Warriors, to me, are a one-trick pony. Steph works on the outside and has mastered that and now has improved driving in, but he has no help in regard to attention. If you had Joel Embiid to worry about down low, what Steph would be able to do, and then the attention Steph would garner, then you got the body punches down low that the Warriors haven't had since Chris Webber. Like, oh my God, Steiny, and maybe that's just a pipe dream, but Joel Embiid, anything you want, you can get. For me to get him with Steph Curry, and I'm going because Padoni's got the purple Laker jersey on, you would have the modern-day Shaq and Kobe. And when I say that, just the impact of I got you outside with Steph, I got you with the shots, and the play off of Embiid, I mean, we could fill out the rest of the roster. Us 4.
No, well, we can say that, but that won't work.
Yeah. But obviously it wouldn't come to fruition either.
From the 209 on the Comcast Business text line, Steiny, the Warriors must keep Kuminga. Fair. How do they get back into title contention